Happy birthday. Born on the 4th of July. Now, that's a very interesting horoscope to have because you're made to be very different from everybody else in the world. Your outlooks in speech, your outlooks in action, your outlooks in thought. You'll be a very futuristically minded person who understands what the future wants to give to the humankind. And you'll be a person different in the sense that you sometimes can be derailed. So you got to improve your teamwork because you'll want to be a loner and do everything yourself. Teamwork is important because when you start to grow and you start to do things on a big scale, you are not Superman or Superwoman, then you will need support. So always tell yourself that support is very important, and the able to digest ideas of other people is also very important. You can be revolutionary, you can be rebellious because that's what you are. That's what makes you very different. It's good to have people like you in the world who are willing to change the direction of the world, change the habits of the world. You will travel the world in many, many ways. You will do business with many different countries. You will have the mind which has somehow got the source of knowing what the public needs in terms of products or in terms of inventions. Yes, you're going to be very inventive. You're going to be very imaginative. You're going to be very creative. And you're going to plan things on a very, very big scale. And whatever you do is going to be extremely well known because you have planets in your horoscope born on the 4th of July that are going to give you all the chance of being very famous. But you have to be careful that sometimes the rebelliousness in you can be overdone and will get you into trouble with the law, or at least with the laws in business or the laws in religion or the laws in anywhere. So tell yourself to tame down some planets which make you extremely revolutionary. Yes, you'll want to change the world. Yes, you'll want to change governments. Yes, you'll want to change rules and regulations, but not all the time. Tell yourself to be stable. Stable in the sense that also do research before you say and do anything. Because you have planets in your horoscope that make you very impulsive, very hasty, very impatient. You will say and do things without thinking at all. So from today onwards, count to 5 silently in your heart before you say or do anything. That will be able to slow down. That will give your brain time to research. And look for research. Reach out to people and ask advice. Don't believe that the world is against you. Sometimes you will feel that way because very often you can feel very misunderstood with this horoscope. But tell yourself the world is with you. It's just that you were born to do something very special. And it can be very special in the good way, or it can be very special in the bad way. Be careful. Either way, it's all up to you. So listen to advice from people. Try to be more traditional because you will not like traditional rules and regulations. You like the one which are very modern and up to date. Well, if you are in the IT business, you're going to be very famous and very successful one day with your name being known all over the world. But if you are in a very old-fashioned business like the law or like medicine, then you can still break the rules by venturing into the future because you will be understanding all these modern day gadgets, all these modern day machines in the medical field. You will be able to know how to use them. And even in the area of architecture, you will be able to think of bending buildings this way and bending buildings that way, which don't make sense to people, but it's people like you who make the world very different. Look at some of the spectacular buildings in the world. They are made by people with your kind of horoscope. The other stable horoscopes are very boring and they just keep making those squares of buildings and those rectangles of buildings, but not you. So you are very special. Use your imagination and creativity. You will be a person who is a hands-on person. You don't have time to read books for too long. You are an action-orientated person. So you'll have to learn to work for people who are very smart and good and get their knowledge from them. You can't create knowledge out of thin air. You have to get down to the basics. And my worry is that you are too impatient for the basics. So tell yourself, I have to start with the basics. I have to work with people. I cannot jump into the area of business all of a sudden, because then you'll find that while you're inventive, you may not have the business experience. Well, it's a matter of time when you are going to hit some very high notes. It's a matter of time. The calendar year 2019 is just waiting to help you every day, is giving you opportunities of all kind. And in whatever you do, the chances for expansion and growth, whether in the job, whether in the business, anywhere. So the foundation has been given to you, but that's only about 40%. What about the other 60%? Where does it come from? It comes from the age that you will be in 2019. If you're of a lucky age, you will just hit the high notes. If you're of a bad age, you will have disappointments and frustration. So that's what I don't know. All I know is you're born on the 4th of July. So let me imagine some ages. Now, if you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75 or even 84, you will have all that wonderful good luck energy, which is going to make you climb the mountains of success and to make your name to be very well known. And you'll have long-term ventures in business, in career, and even long-term possibilities of getting married, and also long-term possibilities of all that. Okay? Now I'm going to give you another set of ages. And if you happen to be of these ages, you have to be very careful. If you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or 81, be very careful in 2019, because the opportunities will still come, but the way you will handle it will be impatiently, hastily, and over daringly. The exposure to risk will be too much if you're of these ages which I mentioned. It'll make you not care for any kind of advice. It'll make you want to go right ahead and do things. And then you will find that many problems will come your way, obstacles and hurdles will come your way. So you see, ages are very important. The calendar year is for everybody that gets into 2019. For some people, good. For you, for some people, bad. But for you, it's good. And so you will have those opportunities. And if you happen to click with the good ages, you are going to reach for the stars and become very famous as well. A little bit about your health. I'm worried that your blood pressure will be up and down a lot, very unstable. I'm worried that your cholesterol levels may be very high, and that's why your arteries could be blocked. And I'm worried you're exposed to accidents because you're just over daring. I don't want to say too much about your health because all I know is you are born on the 4th of July. If I have your full date of birth and your time of birth, and I can look at your palms, and I'll talk to you a lot more. Well, I have a 90-minute session in which I will tackle your next 7, 8, or 9 years. And based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms, I'll give you your personal lucky lottery numbers, your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky days, your lucky directions, a lot of information so that you can get all areas of your life for your next 7, 8, or 9 years perfectly under your control. So with all that information, it will cost you USD $50 to know your next 7, 8, or 9 years in detail. And I'll go into your health areas to tell you way ahead how you can improve your health, and whatever might go wrong, you can improve it very quickly. Well, it was wonderful talking to you. You are a person who is very special. When you wake up every morning, tell yourself, I'm born very special, but different. So I have to improve my tolerance for others. I have to improve my teamwork. Remind yourself all the time, don't isolate yourself. Well, you're made very special, and you'll be a person who will be known for your inventiveness. And whatever they are, it's a matter of time when you're going to click and do some great things for yourself and make a lot of money for yourself as well. Well, have a good birthday. And my email address is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9, @gmail.com. Send me that email. Let's get started to plan this 90-minute session for you. Have a good birthday, and I wish you a wonderful journey in life. Thank you and goodbye.